The gentleman from Texas, Mr. Green, who is also the chair of the Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigations, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Mr. Chopra, for appearing today. I compliment you on the work that you've done, and I do so because I was here in 2008 when we had the downturn in the economy. I remember a time when banks would not lend to each other. I remember a time when we had the dastardly yield spread premium as a norm. I remember 327s and 228s. It was a time of open season, it seems, on consumers. But the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has made a difference. And this is why I support an independent Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that doesn't have to depend upon the vagaries of Congress for its funding. A Congress that has difficulty funding the federal government. A Congress that has difficulty raising a debt ceiling so that the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, will not be perceived as a deadbeat nation. The independence is what makes the difference. Give us the purse strings, and you'll see a change in your ability to move forward with the actions necessary to protect consumers. So here's my one question. Assuming that Congress controls the purse strings, and there is a sharp cut in funding to the CFPB, how will this impact consumers?
Well, ultimately, a CFPB that is robust and reliable is the best thing for consumers to avoid some of the horrible things that you referred to in the mortgage crisis. It's also very critical for industry participants. We provide the framework that has served as safe harbors in mortgages, in what they can rely on in debt collection. It would be chaos if there was not an orderly way in which these critical rules are administered. You know, the mortgage crisis was such a lesson, I think, for so many people about what happens when you don't have an orderly system to protect consumers. Consumers are ultimately deeply intertwined into broader financial stability and economic stability. They go hand in hand. So I really think a strong and independent CFPB, just like the Federal Reserve Board, just like the other bank regulators for 150 years, it seems really unwise to create chaos by dismantling that.
And to this end, the notion that it could be dismantled, what would it do just for people who are in the business of acquiring a loan? How could that be adversely impacted by our sharply cutting funds?
Well, you know, we've heard, they've said it publicly, the mortgage industry, about the real problems of not having the CFPB and its rules to make clear about what is the two-way obligation between homeowner and mortgage lender. If we want housing and mortgages to be robust, if we want that to be a vehicle for people to get ahead in life, I don't see how throwing huge amounts of uncertainty in that will help anyone. So I really hope that we can make sure that consumer protection is a way to make sure there is a fair market system with obligations on both sides.
Thank you. And with my last few seconds, Madam Chair, I do want to compliment you on your leadership in this Congress. We haven't done all of the things that we wanted to do, but we've done some remarkable things under your leadership. We've improved housing for many. We have helped many persons who find themselves living in the streets of life, and we've not done enough. We want to do more. But I compliment you on what you have done. You've made a difference. And I thank Mr. McHenry for being kind today and look forward to working with him in the next Congress. We can do this. We but only have to have the will. The way is before us. I yield back.
Thank you. The gentleman from Texas, Mr. Sessions, is now